Hello, thank you so much for being here today, and welcome to Bookmas Week 2. I'm actually filming this intro at the end of the week, so you may notice this sweater again later on in the video, but I wanted to let you know that I have included some non-bookish things like a candle haul this week. Personally, I really like it when people are doing Bookmas or Vlogmas and they include some things that aren't bookish within their week. I find it a really interesting way to get to know people and their interests a little bit more. So hopefully you enjoy that as well. But I also did lots of bookish things this week, like building a bookshelf and picking my TBR and reading a holiday novella. So without further ado, we can rewind to the beginning of the week and get into it. Okay, so I have done my once a year Bath and Body Works haul, and this is so heavy. But I thought I would show you what I got. They had a really good holiday sale on, so typically I wouldn't buy this many candles at once. They were on for a great deal, so I got quite a few that will last me throughout the entire year. The first one that I got is hot cocoa and cream, and this literally smells just like hot chocolate. It's delicious and perfect for the holiday season. I also got strawberry snowflakes, which is quite an artificial strawberry smell, and I actually really like that. If you have smelt strawberry pound cake from Bath and Body Works and you like that scent, then you'll definitely like this one because they are quite similar. I would say that this one's just a little bit more toned down. And is it really holiday scented? No, it smells like strawberries. So I feel like I can use this in the spring and summer as well. I also got Mary Cookie, which is a quite sweet vanilla cookie scent. And I got this because I wanted something that was inoffensive for hosting. I really like pine scents and I like peppermint scents, but I know that that is overwhelming for a lot of people. Even like strawberry scents that I like is not popular with everybody. So Mary Cookie is just a really nice, neutral, sweet vanilla. The next three candles I got are all from their collaboration with Milk Bar, and I don't actually know what Milk Bar is. I think it's like a cupcake company or a sweet treat company or something, but I really liked all of the candles that they had in collaboration with them. So the first one that I got is Peppermint Bark Truffle, and this one, yeah, smells like sweet peppermint. And it's very similar to Twisted Peppermint that you may have smelt from Bath& Body Works before. I really like this. I know that the peppermint scents are a little bit divisive and not everybody likes it, but I love the sweet peppermint scent. I think it's lovely for the holidays. Now, this one that I got is a little bit different than what I would typically pick, but my fiance really liked it as well. And this is Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie. To me, this is a little bit cinnamony and a little bit cookie-ish, but it is not a really overpowering scent, which I like about it. It's sweet, but not too sweet. And the last one that I got is Birthday Cake, which smells just like birthday cake. And I actually wasn't sure if this is part of their holiday collection, so I looked online and it is. All of the Milk Bar collaborations are part of their holiday line, but this one just smelled like something that I could use year round. So that was my little Bath and Body Works holiday candle haul. I'm really excited to burn those and have my house smelling really, really good and nice for the holidays. I also ordered a bookshelf on Black Friday, which came in, and my fiance is currently setting it up because he is a lot more handy than me. While I am good at reading books, I am not the most handy person. So he's setting that up right now, and then I'm going to fill it up with my books and decorate it. I really love when I get a new bookshelf and I can put all my books on it and make them look beautiful. So I'm going to be doing that later today. Oh my god, I just started to film and realized my shirt has been inside out the entire day.
Few moments later.
Okay, I am back and my shirt is no longer inside out, but it is still covered in dog fur. But at this point, it's an accessory, so just ignore that. But I am here to provide you with an update on Holly, which I have been reading this week, and I'm actually almost done this. And so far, it's going okay. This has all of the characters that we love from the Belladonna series. We follow Cygnus and Scylla and Scylla? Cygnus? Scylla? I just mixed their names. Cygna and Silas, as well as Blythe and Eris, or Blaris, if we want to keep mixing their names. My goodness, this is just a day for me. First, my shirt was inside out. Now I can't get my words right. It's just that kind of day. It's Wednesday. But we follow all of the characters that we have met throughout the Belladonna series, and it is a very Christmassy because it takes place at Christmas, and throughout this, they're decorating for Christmas and caroling and doing fun Christmas activities. And there is a mystery element to this as well, which remains true to the Belladonna series that has mystery woven throughout it. However, the mystery in this is just not very intriguing to me, and it is very easily resolved. I will say that this is a physically beautiful novella. When you remove the dust jacket, this book is absolutely stunning, and it also has some gorgeous art in it. And even the pages within this book are beautiful. So I have about 50 pages left, and my prediction is that this will be about a 3-star read for me, but it's definitely not bad. I am enjoying it. It's just not my favorite book in the Belladonna series. I guess before I started rambling about this book, I should have introduced what it is. So Holly is a Christmas novella within the Belladonna series. And the Belladonna series is a gothic YA fantasy series that I read last year and really enjoyed. In this series, we follow Cygna for some of the books and her cousin Blythe in some of the other books, and there is mystery woven throughout the whole series. And that does not exclude this holiday novella. There is a little bit of a mystery in here, but like I said earlier, it's just not a super intriguing mystery to me right now. So while this is giving holiday vibes, it's just not my favorite Christmas novella so far, but I still have 40 pages, so we will see. So, this is a bit of an off topic rant, but I've actually been feeling a bit of a reading slump coming on, unfortunately. I don't know if it's because the sun is going down at 4:30 or what it is, but I am so tired that when I pick up a book to read, I almost immediately want to go to sleep. And I have been going to sleep at like 8 p.m., but then I just stay up and I think about all the book video ideas that I have, and I think about what other people are posting on BookTube, and I think about reading. And honestly, that's much better than thinking about all of the embarrassing moments that have happened in my life that often replay in my head as I'm about to go to sleep. But I will say that I'm feeling pretty tired, and I'm really hoping to get out of my reading slump soon. So I'm going to have to pick my December TBR soon and hopefully pick up a book that will intrigue me and get me back into the reading spirit. I have been struck down and the Christmas cold has gotten to me, so please ignore my very red nose and my disgustingly dry skin and my nasally voice right now. I have had a rough week dealing with this cold. Because of that cold, I have remained in my reading slump and honestly not gotten much reading done at all because I have been so tired and so sick. Honestly, though, what is a Christmas season in Canada without having a cold? I feel like it happens every year. So, as I said earlier, it is time for me to pick my December TBR. And you might be wondering why I'm picking my December TBR halfway through the month. And it's actually because I am filming these a week in advance. So, it's actually just the first week of December when I am filming this. I've seen some booktubers doing some really cute things this month. As an example, I've seen some people wrap their TBR and then they unwrap it and don't know what book they're going to get, so it's like a present. Or I've seen some people put some prompts in a stocking, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my TBR prompts into my stocking. This is my Christmas stocking that I have had since I was like 5 years old. My mom made this for me when I celebrated my first Christmas with them. I was actually adopted when I was 5, so my mom made this for my first Christmas, and you can see it says Lila, it has my name, and also there's cats all over it because I have been obsessed with animals my whole life. But I have put some Christmas themed TBR prompts in here, so I am going to draw them and see what I get. Okay, drawing the first prompt. Whoop, taking too many. Okay. A book with a winter themed cover, so snowflakes, ice, snow, etc. I'm just going to draw 4 prompts and then I will go find the books that match with the prompts that I want to pick between because I feel like that's a lot easier than getting up and searching my bookshelves every time. Prompt 2. Okay, this one should be really easy. It is a book with red or green on the cover. All right, prompt 3, a cozy mystery, which honestly, I don't know if that's actually that Christmassy, but I feel like a cozy mystery is just good for the winter season. It's actually a snowier and colder December than we've had in the last couple of years. So I actually feel like a cozy mystery will actually be perfect for this weather, so I'm glad that I drew this prompt. This is the last one, prompt 4. Oh, okay, this is super easy and something I was going to read anyway. It is a holiday themed book, so I pretty much already know what I'm going to pick for that one. But anyway, let me go search my bookshelves and I will be back to show you the books that I select for each of these prompts. Also, guys, I don't know if I'm wearing this mic right. I think it's supposed to actually go on your shirt like this, like it's a lapel mic, but I think it's supposed to face toward my mouth more so you could actually hear me talk. But you know, it is what it is. Just go with it and pretend like that's how it's supposed to be. Or ignore it. If you know that's not how it's supposed to be, ignore my mistake, okay? Thanks. Okay, so the first prompt we're going to start with is a book with a winter themed cover, so snowflakes, ice, or snow, etc. So I have picked 4 books that match this prompt. We have North is the Night by Emily Rath, and I obviously picked this because it has a very snowy cover. There's a polar bear right on it. Oh, also there's like a little reindeer on it. How festive. I mean, that might be an elk or something else. I doubt it's a reindeer, but we'll call it a reindeer for the sake of Bookmas. Honestly, I don't really know what this book is about. I bought it because it is absolutely stunning. It has gorgeous sprayed edges and it also has a reversible dust jacket. That's the other side. And it's even gorgeous and wintry when you take the dust jacket off. Let me just read this description so I can give you a little bit of info on what this book is about. All right, so reading this description didn't really help me because it is a complicated description.
But essentially, it takes place in the Finnish wilderness, and there have been attacks on a village, and 2 best friends go to the mythical underworld.
Wait, no, they don't go to the mythical underworld. Okay, guys, I don't know if it's because I'm sick or what, but my brain is not processing this plot. So just know that it's in the Finnish wilderness. It's a fantasy story. There's an underworld, there are shaman, and there's a witch queen. And based on the art, it looks like she may make friends with a little bear. Wow, being sick really makes me lazy with these descriptions. I'm so sorry. The next book that I selected for this prompt is The Sisters of Winterwood, and of course I picked it because it has winter right in the title. This one also has a bear on the cover. This book is about 2 sisters who live in a remote village that is being threatened by dark forces, and they discover that their family has a secret magical heritage that could allow them to save their village. So this one sounds interesting as well. The next book that I selected for this prompt is honestly a huge stretch, and that is because it is The Lies of Lena, or The Lies of Lena. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced The Lies of Lena, so we're going to go with that. But it is written by Kylie Snow, and because her last name is Snow, I picked this as a winter prompt, so it is definitely a stretch. But I have heard a lot about this on Book Talk in particular. People seem to love this romantasy book. And this romantasy is about a mage who lives in a world where mages are hunted for sport. And this has actually been on my TBR for quite a long time because you know I love romantasy books, and when I was looking on TikTok for romantasy recommendations, this one was mentioned many times. So I've heard a lot of praise for this. And the last book that I picked up for this prompt is Ledge. because this cover is super icy and screams winter. This is a fantasy book about a civilization that lives in a place called Ledge, and the civilization of Ledge is caught between a vast chasm.
Girl, that is not how you say that word. It's chasm, not chasm.
And a mountain face, so they are unable to leave. Alongside that, every year one of the people of Ledge presents themselves as a sacrifice to the mysterious creatures that live on the mountain face. The premise of this book sounds really interesting, although I haven't actually heard it talked about very much. I think I picked it up in the bookstore just based on the cover, but it does look extremely wintry, so this is a good contender for this prompt. Okay, honestly, it's going to be really hard to pick between these 4 books. I might have to resort to Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Okay, well, I wasn't satisfied with the one that it landed on, so I at least know I'm not picking that one. All right, you know what? I'm going to go with Ledge. This one sounded really interesting from the premise, and it looks very wintry, so I feel like it suits December. So we'll go with this one for this prompt. Okay, moving on to the next prompt, we have a book with red or green on the cover, and I only found books with green on the cover. Apparently, I don't have a ton with red on the cover that aren't holiday themed books, which is another prompt that I have. So I just found books with green on the cover. But I have slightly cheated again because I also have a book in here that is not green.
I'm going to try to get through these a bit quicker than I did the last ones because I feel like I'm just yapping.
We have The Inheritance Games, which is a very popular YA book about a girl who is left an entire fortune by a billionaire. But the catch is that to earn this entire fortune, she needs to move in with his grandsons who were left nothing. So they hate her because she has inherited the fortune. This sounds like it could be a really quick, fun read, so it is a contender for this prompt. The next 2 books that I selected, I slightly cheated on the prompt with, and that is The Trial of the Sun Queen and The Rule of the Aura King. And the second book in this series has a green cover, The Rule of the Aura King. However, I read The Trial of the Sun Queen earlier this year, and I haven't retained enough of it to go into the second book, which is why I selected them both, because if I were to pick this one, I would want to do a reread of The Trial of the Sun Queen. So these 2 books are option 2. I also have Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and this sounds really interesting. This is about a woman in Regency, England, who is trying to find a husband. Her name is Theodora, and she has been cursed by a fairy to feel no sense of embarrassment and no fear, which leads her to some scandalous situations. Right on the front of the book, the quote from another author says that it is whimsical and sweet, which sounds really nice for the holiday season, so this is a contender as well. The next green book that I selected is Terms and Conditions, which is a romance book and the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. I read the first one either earlier this year or last year. I can't remember when. I remember liking it and feeling like it was a good palate cleanser book, so that's why I selected this one as well. So this category is a lot easier for me to pick from, and I have a clear front runner, and that is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This sounds like a really fun, cozy fantasy book that would be perfect for the holiday season, so I'm going to add this one to my December TBR. Okay, so the next prompt that I have is a cozy mystery, and I had a hard time finding cozy mysteries on my shelf. I guess I just don't read a lot of mystery books in general. So I only found 1 book to match this prompt, which makes it really easy to select which one I'm going to add to my TBR. And that is Murder at Gull's Nest. This book is about a former nun who moves to an eccentric boarding house called Gull's Nest, and she moves there to restart her life with a new identity. However, while she is there, mysterious murders begin to happen. So I don't actually know if this falls in the cozy mystery category, however, it seems like it's close to it. So I'm adding this one to my December TBR as well. And the last prompt, the easiest prompt, is a holiday themed book. I only had 2 of those on my bookshelf, so that made it easy. We have The Christmas Fix, which is a small town enemies to lovers romance about a single dad and a reality TV star. And we also have Good Spirits, where the main male character is the ghost of Christmas past. Out of these 2 books, I am much more interested in reading Good Spirits because I have heard so much about it. Lots of booktubers who are doing Vlogmas seem to be reading this and enjoying it, so I'm excited to add this to my TBR and see what the hype is about. Okay, so I have selected my December TBR. We have Ledge, Half a Soul, Murder at Gull's Nest, and Good Spirits. I am super hopeful that one of these books gets me out of my reading slump. And I'm also really hopeful that this cold goes away soon so I can have a little bit more energy to read instead of going to bed at like 7 and 8 p.m. It's not fair because I was already so tired with the sun going down at like 4:30 and the weather being terrible. And then I had to get sick, which just drained my energy even more. But you know what? I'm starting to feel better and I'm really excited about this TBR that I have picked. So I am hopeful that I can get out of this little reading slump that I'm in. I don't even know if I can call it a full reading slump. It's more like a reading blip. But hopefully I'll get out of it soon and I could get back on track with my reading. I'm back with the straight or straight-ish hair again. During the holidays, I straighten it a lot more often because I'm really busy and it's easier to do this way than dealing with my curly hair routine. I realized I forgot to update you on my progress on Holly and I've actually finished it. And this was a 3 out of 5 stars for me. I was honestly a little bit disappointed by this. I don't think I have a lot to add to what I've already said about this. It has that same mystery component as the rest of the Belladonna series, but because this was a shorter novella, I just didn't feel like it was fleshed out enough for me to really care about the mystery in it. I did enjoy the holiday vibes, but I think in comparison to the rest of the series, I was quite let down by this novella. It was also definitely my most anticipated Christmas book of the year, so I'm a little bit disappointed that it wasn't as good as the rest of the Belladonna series. But I feel like that is to be expected from a shorter novella. I find myself not enjoying novellas as much as the full-length novels in a series frequently. I really don't have much more to add. This was just okay for me. I did also start reading Half a Soul, and I'm already about halfway through. This is quite a short book, and I'm actually really enjoying it so far. This is set in Regency, England, and sometimes when they're talking about things like going to visit someone and they're talking about her preferred topics of discussion, I wish we still did that now. I feel like socialization could be so fun and easy if we knew what everybody's preferred topics of discussion were. My topics would obviously be reading, animals, maybe some true crime. But I'm really enjoying the main character in this book, Theodora. She has been cursed by a fairy to feel no embarrassment and no fear, and it leads to some pretty funny situations in this book, and I find her to be quite a charming main character. I'm really looking forward to continuing reading Half a Soul. Thank you so much for joining me for Bookmas Week 2. I can't wait to see you again next week for some festive bookish activities. Bye!